What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and another episode on this Project T5. What can I say? Thank you all so much for watching, commenting, liking, sharing the page of the channel. It is insane. I started this channel 8 weeks ago. There's something to do, bought the van and was going to play around and sort of transform it to sell on. Put a post up on Instagram saying anyone thinks you should put it on YouTube. Everyone said yes, so started the channel really just as something to do, and in 8 weeks it's gone from 0 to nearly 500,000 views and 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 in 8 weeks. It's insane. I've had messages off people saying well done for it. They've had their channel going for 4 or 5 years and they're still only on 200-300. It's insane, absolutely insane. Me, the idiot, in a stables, chatting to a camera and bolting bits onto a van. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Thank you all so much. I know I keep going on about it in all the videos, but I'm absolutely blown away by how it's all been received. I'm so thankful. Anyway, enough of that. You're not really interested in that. You're interested in what we're doing next to the van. Have you seen the last few mechanical videos we've done? Well, the last one was cam belt and changing the mass sensor. I filled it all up with water just to check everything worked, so I've now got to drain that water out and change the thermostat. So taking it apart anyway, might as well change the thermostat. Hopefully it will sort another problem out. Right. What I've also found out, or I've had messages from a couple of people, is another problem, or something that a Volkswagen technician of 35 plus years has said could be an issue, is this, the coolant cap. Apparently these are quite common and quite known to fail. And obviously it's got a pressure release valve in it, or of such, to release pressure within the cooling system. If that fails, it can't do what it's supposed to do, so pressure might build up too much in the system. So I've ordered one. 10-15 quid I think it was. Might as well chuck it on. You never know. All these things we've done are hopefully going to help make the van run properly. So this episode I'm going to take the thermostat out, change the thermostat, and then get it outside and try and do a bit of a coolant flush, run the hose through, take a couple of parts off and run a hose through, just try and run some water through to clear a bit out. Not really sure what else is going to be in the episode because I'm not really sure where this week's going to go at the minute. But let's just jump straight under it and change the thermostat now. It's not going to be the easiest things to film because I'll show you where it is, but it ain't going to be very easy to film. So front of the van and the grille, or I can get down, which I can't. I can. Down here you've got, see this pipe running here? It bolts to the block in there. So yeah, I'm not really sure how well I'm going to be able to film me doing it, but I'll do my best. Maybe easy to show you bits when it's off. So yeah, let's just make a start. So first thing I'm going to do is drop the coolant. Caps off the coolant tank. And the way that I'm going to do it is the same way I did it last time. You've got this sensor just here. There it is, there on the radiator. There's a little clip, pull that out, and then all the coolant will come out. I'll pull that out and then I'll just show you it coming out. I don't want to go wrecking the camera. I've just chucked it, rag on the floor to help catch any if it trickles down. If it trickles down the subframe, and then yeah, bucket try and catch as much as we can. There we go, coolant draining out into the bucket, catching as much as we can. Rag catching the rest so we're not getting it all over the floor. Yeah, great fun. Right, that's stat removed. I'll show you where it is in a minute, but this is the little pipe that goes into the block and then the hose obviously comes off. Stat is in there like that. You've got a little rubber O-ring around the edge. Now the stat I've got is, as I imagine with most, a multi-fit, so it'll fit multiple different vehicles. So it comes with a paper gasket and an assortment of 3 different rubber gaskets. So what we'll do is pick the correct rubber gasket, which feels like that one. So we've got the new rubber gasket is nicely on. And then old stat, new stat. Hopefully that will help. So then, let's chuck these in, get it all back together. See if it helps. Well, that don't fit. Right, and guys, got a bit of a problem. Thermostat is not the right one, so I'm gonna have to. I've spoke to them, sorted it out. They've got a new one on the way, so I'm gonna have to nip out and pick it up in a minute. But what I thought I'd do is we'd run the hose through and just check, see there were no blockages anywhere. So what I've done is I've removed these two pipes here, which are the feed and return from the heat matrix. So what we'll do is we've got the hose, just chuck the hose one side and turn it on, and instantly it's flowing straight through, so there can't be a blockage in there. And for the sake of it, we'll go the other side, and again a bit of air in it, but it's flowing straight through, so I don't think there's a blockage in the matrix. These pipes here that go to the engine, we'll just chuck the hose in the end, turn them on, and we've got water running freely out of the thermostat housing hole in the block. We'll go the other side as well, put that in this side, turn it on. And again, we've got coolant coming out of the hole in the block as well. So it's quite a good flow, so I'm pretty confident there's no blockage there. I do, however, want to take this top radiator hose off and run through the rad and see if there's anything in the radiator. So I'll put them pipes back on, we'll move the header tank out of the way, and then get a bucket and we'll run it down at the bottom then. Right, they're on, let's get this header tank out of the way. You can see this, access this pipe then. I brought two of the two, oh no, there you go, perfect. You can see this being many swears trying to get this off, and then trying to get it back on again. Right, after many swearing, I've managed to get the top radiator hose, which I would highly advise against trying to get one of these top hose clips off with them. They've been thrown across the stables quite a few times. Top hose here that goes into the engine, we'll run that through. Yep, coming straight out, running clear. So there's no blockage in the engine. Top of the radiator, let's run that as well. See what that looks like coming out the bottom. Yeah, running free and running clear out the bottom as well. So I don't think there's a blockage in the radiator. So hopefully it might have been the thermostat. It don't look overly bad, but I don't know, we'll swap it. With the pressure cap, the thermostat and everything we're doing, fingers crossed it sorts the issue. Right, I'm back. I'm in a bit of a better mood now as well. I've eaten for a start off. I've been to the garage and got the right thermostat because the other one was wrong. I've just been seeing the old mates up at Transport HQ. They've got me a new expansion tank header cap, which was nice. Catching up, chatting, seeing everyone, it's made me feel a little bit better. So I'm going to get under there now and get the thermostat fitted. I'll show you what's what, where it is and everything. Now I've removed the alternator now, just to make life easier, because where it is a bit of a nightmare. Sorry, got to use my phone as a torch as well. Because of where it is. There, if you can see it, that's where it goes. That plastic cap down there, the pipe that's hanging, is the housing for it. That little plastic cap's the housing for it. So we'll get this all fitted back together now. There's the cap, and the hole's a little bit further up. You can't really see, it's a pain to film. But I've got a new seal, new thermostat, so we'll get them in, get them on, chuck the new header cap on when we've done it all, fill everything up, bleed the system. Now, somebody commented saying that bleeding the systems on these is notoriously quite difficult. They've advised to leave the cap off of the header tank, which you do anyway, turn the heaters on high and have the van on an angle. So that's what we're going to do. First things first, I'll chuck this thermostat in. I'm not going to film it because you can't see anything. It is really easy. There's two 10mm bolts. So looking from the top, you've got this pipe runs along here, which comes out the bottom of the radiator that goes into a hole in the block around there somewhere, like that, which has got, it's this shape. Thermostat sits in that hole, 2 bolts, and it just comes off with a rubber seal. It really is quite difficult to film, so I'm not even going to attempt to get the camera in there. I'll change that and then we'll make a start on trying to bleed it. So now we've got all the thermostat and everything, we'll put the alternator back in, which all I've done with that is sat it on a ledge out the way here, so I didn't have to try and wrestle it out, which seems to have worked quite well. I've now just got to try and wrestle it and back in. On. Right, now that's on, let's get in the van and do the next bit. So, I can't go bleeding the system now because I need to put the heater on hot, and something has decided they don't want to work anymore in here. So, I'm going to take all this out, take the bottom out, try and find out what's going on with the dash, with the heater blower and everything. But to remove this section, you've got dash top tray, which you just pull up and pull out. Stereo, remove with radio keys. I had a little, it's a single dinner stereo I had, so there's a little cubby hole above it as well. I just pulled that and that came out. There's 2 torque screws on top, T20, which I think now if I just pull, oh yeah, there we go, pull that, it should come out. Now, I've never taken this to pieces before, so I'm not 100%, but we will give it a go. Clip there, imagine the way. Clips there, sorry. Clips, plug, sensor, light, there we go, that's that off. Here are the heater controls. So what I'm going to do is take this off as well, which is, by the looks of it, 4 torque screws around the edge. We'll take it off and have a look and see what's going on here. If there's nothing wrong with up here, we'll go down and we'll have a look at and take the motor out and see what the crack there is. But it feels like one of these isn't turning properly, so which is a common fault, I believe. That one works. It's alright. That one works as well, so it can't be up here then. Unless that switch is gone, but I don't think it has, so put that back in. It says you can't put it in. So that's back there. Oh, that's back there. So what I'm going to do now is take the lower dash trims here out. Let's see if it's down there. So we've got all this off. Heater blower and that's all back there. Under here where these trims are, here is the airbox and everything. We've got this here is the resistor which controls the fan speed and things. So first things I'm going to do is take that out and have a look at that. And next thing we'll do is take this motor out, 'cause in here is where the wheel that turns is. We'll undo these bolts, whip this out and see what's going on there as well, and just check that it's running free and it's all okay. So these fixings again are those silly little 5mm bolts, but we'll whip this off and have a look. Okay, I mean it looks intact, but it doesn't mean that it is working. It's a bit rusty, but I think the next thing we'll do, we'll whip while we're under it. Let's get this motor out and have a look at that as well. I think that's all of them. Try and pull it out. There we go. Right, that's out. So there it is. So this is the blower. Pulls the air in and circulates it around. I mean, it's not spinning mega freely, but it's a bit dirty and whatever. So we'll give it a quick blow out. And then I think what I'm going to do is plug it in, lay it on the floor, and we'll turn everything on and see if it works, I suppose, really. Let's do that now. So what I've just done is cable tied this up to the dashboard. Resistor's not in its right place, but it's hanging, it works still. Let's bang the key in the ignition and see what it does. So 1, it works. 2, it works. 3, it works. 4, it works. Although it does feel quite lumpy. And then now I'm on 2, it's just stopped. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is take this off, give it a blow out, see if that helps. I can't see it, but let's see. One, 2, 3, 4. Off, about 3, 2. 1, yeah, no. I think the motor is damaged. Nothing now. Yeah, bang it round, it's not doing anything. There you go, you have to. That's on 4 and it's not really doing anything. So, unfortunately, that motor is done. Wonderful, more money. Right, so we're gonna have to leave the dash in pieces. I've ordered a new heater blower motor. So, I'm going to have to wait to fit that to put the dash back together. I'm going to fill all the coolant up now and we're just going to have to try and run it and see if we can get it up to temperature without the fan being on in there. Worst comes to the worst, it doesn't work now. As soon as the blower motor turns up, we'll put it on, we'll run that and then hopefully help it get it to temperature. But for now, let's chuck some coolant in it and see what happens. So, welcome to another day. I got all the coolant in, got it all ran up to temperature and everything. Seems to be okay, it took as much water as I thought it would, so fingers crossed, we're all right. But still got to put the heater on, the blower on, to try and get it all through everywhere. But I did, when I'd ran it all, take a couple of choice pipes off and there was water in every area, so hopefully that'll be all right. I'm just going to chuck all the dashboard back together because Yeah, there's stuff everywhere. Bonnet's down, chuck it back on the floor because I've got somewhere pretty exciting to go today in it. But that is another video, so I'm not going into it now. This video has probably not been as informative and instructional how-to as you used to, and I apologise for that. There wasn't really a lot to show, to be honest. There really wasn't a lot to show. But as ever, thank you ever so much for watching. And as I said at the beginning of the video, yeah, absolutely unbelievable. Cannot believe it. Thank you all so much. So I think we'll just leave this one there. There really isn't much more to say on it. Next video, hopefully, is going to be a little bit more interesting, which I'm filming today. But thank you so much for watching. So this is the first video you've seen of the channel or of this series. Click here for a link to episode 1 of the series. And if you like what we're doing, click here to subscribe to the channel. Thank you ever so much. How quickly can we get to 20k? Till next time, bye.